Hey everybody, it's Cooper here. Welcome back to another answer video. And before I jump into it, I just wanted to say that when I started this question and answer series, I understood that it's heavily based on your guys' questions, and with a semi-small subscriber count here on YouTube, I knew that it might be a little hard to get questions in, and I understand this might not be a series that I'm able to continue because of the lack of questions. And I know that you guys don't want to see the same 5 people asking questions every week that are all similar in style, so I just wanted to say that I am continuing to do these, but I need more questions. And I guess the best way to do it is to ask, if you can ask multiple questions, that's fine. Just please make sure to do them in separate comments so that I can pick and choose different ones for each video. I also just wanted to say that if I do happen to run out of questions, I can always postpone the videos, and they don't have to be weekly, which I've been trying to do. As you can tell, this one, it's been a longer gap than a week between this one and the last one. That was mainly due to some scheduling issues. I was out of town for Easter, so I didn't get a chance to film it in time to upload it on the correct day. But if I do run out of questions, this is always a series that I can pick back up maybe at a future time when I have more people watching my videos and more questions coming in. So thank you guys so much to everyone who has asked questions so far. And like I say with every video, if you have any questions you want to see me answer, go to the link in the top of the description and ask your questions in the comment section of that video. So let's jump into it. Our first question comes from Captain Kraken, and they ask, did you keep the Sculptor's Cut manual? This question has been secretly eating away at me for months. And the short answer is no, I did not keep it. That was a piece that was sold with the collection, and as you guys can imagine, that was one of the better items in the collection, and taking that out would have made it less interesting to a buyer, I suppose. In reality, there were tons of items in there. It would have been fine with or without it, but I don't regret getting rid of it because I'm going to have a lot of fun trying to track down another one. Our next question comes from Ktilla23, hopefully I pronounced that right. They ask, what were some of your favorite TV shows growing up, and do you collect any or look out for DVD box sets when you thrift? Second part of the question, I do not collect DVDs and I don't look for them. I used to try and collect DVDs, but honestly, I'm more into TV shows than movies, so collecting DVDs is kind of not something that's super interesting to me. Like I said, I was kind of doing it before when I first moved to Florida, and then I ended up selling my DVD collection because I wasn't watching any of them, and they were also taking up a lot of space. Once I own my own house and I have unlimited space to store collection items, it is something that I might start collecting again, just so that my future family has them to enjoy and watch together. But as of now, I'm not collecting them. And for the first part of the question, what are some of my favorite TV shows? When I was super young, I used to watch Bobby's World, and I was really into Power Rangers when I was a little kid. And then we got satellite TV, I remember, and the first thing that came on the TV, my dad was actually on the roof installing the satellite dish, and my sister and I were inside looking at the TV waiting for something to come up, and the first thing that popped up was Cartoon Network, and it was Cow and Chicken. And although I didn't really get into Cow and Chicken that much, I was really into the other cartoons of that era, both on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So we watched a lot of like the Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dexter's Lab, Rocket Power, Hey Arnold, SpongeBob. A lot of those kind of cartoons I really enjoyed. And then when I was a bit older, I used to watch The King of Queens a lot. I love that show. Seinfeld, I watched all the time. I used to watch a little bit of a show called Becker, which, looking back now, I don't think it was that great. And then King of the Hill, I loved. And then when Family Guy came out, I used to watch that as well. I think every night when I was in high school, I would go to sleep, I would watch King of the Hill, Family Guy, King of Queens, and Seinfeld. I think all 4 of those were on like in a row on whatever channel it was. I used to watch all those, and then MASH would come on, and I would turn the TV off because I wasn't really into that one. But I do love a lot of TV shows, and I grew up watching a lot of stuff. I also loved Cops and America's Most Wanted, and what else? I mean, just tons of stuff. Honestly, too many to list. It wasn't until after high school that I got into watching like series, and I started with Lost and Prison Break and stuff like that. And I love all these types of shows now. I've seen those, of course, Breakout Kings, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead. Currently watching The Walking Dead now. I love that one. American Dad, Cleveland Show, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers. Tons of stuff. I used to watch Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! As well when I was younger. And Dragon Ball Z on Toonami on Cartoon Network. So yeah, those are some of the shows I grew up with, a little bit of the ones I'm watching now. And I really like watching television shows. Honestly, I like them more than movies. Our next question comes from Everett Armstrong, and they ask, do you care whether items come from a smoke-free home/environment? Will you pass on something if it smells like cigarette smoke? And I honestly haven't really run into this issue at all. Growing up, my parents smoked, and they've quit now, but when I was growing up, they did smoke. But it's been a long time since I've lived with them, and I haven't lived with anyone that smoked since then. So I'd probably be a little more sensitive to the smell now, but I honestly haven't noticed anything that I've purchased, whether it's to keep or sell, that has had a smoke smell to it. If I did happen to come across like a Super Nintendo game or something in the box that had a strong smell of smoke, I'd want to pay less for it, but I wouldn't be opposed to buying it because there are things you can do to get rid of that. Just a quick tip for anyone out there. If you have something that smells like smoke and it's fairly small, just put it into a Ziploc bag, put a couple dryer sheets in there, like little things you put in the dryer to make your clothes smell nice. Put those in there, seal it up, leave it there for a week or two, and that should take care of the smell. If it's a bigger item, you can do the same thing with a trash bag if it's like a blanket or something. But I hope that answers your question. And our last question comes from Tyler Shannon, and they ask, what was the last game you have completed? And this one I kind of had to think about it because I honestly haven't completed many games recently, and I think the last one that I completed was Pikmin 3. And I beat that within the first week of it coming out, so that probably tells you it's been a very long time. I guess maybe Mario Kart, Mario Kart 8, if you count completing that as like an actual game that I've beat. I played through a lot of that. Super Mario 3D World, I played through a lot of as well. I'm on the very last world, like the Star World, so I beat the game, but there's like that extra world. I'm partway through that, but I haven't played it in quite some time. That world is extremely difficult. But I think either Mario Kart 8, if that counts, or if not, Pikmin 3 is probably the last game that I actually completed. So yeah, that's going to be it for this answer video. Like I said at the beginning, I'm kind of running out of questions. I maybe have enough on the video now for only one more episode, and this episode I only had 4 questions. So if you guys are enjoying these videos and you want to see more, please go to that first question video. The link is in the top of this description. Leave your comments there, and they will be answered in a future video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.